I'm here at the Transporter booth at Macworld 2013, and Transporter's launching, I think, in a week, right?
Today, in fact. Yep, general availability today, so you can order one today. Shipment's already coming out of China, so yeah, they're ready for delivery.
Very cool. And what is Transporter for those that don't know?
Sure. Well, Transporter is a product we've developed basically for people who want to move files around. Maybe you want to share files with friends or family members. Maybe you want to back files up to other locations. Maybe you just want to access files from the road, from home. Whatever the reason, wherever you might want to move files around, we developed Transporter. We wanted to make something that was super simple, and most importantly, something that didn't use the cloud. So Transporter is an off-cloud solution for doing this. So you're probably familiar with cloud-based solutions like Carbonite and Dropbox and so forth. Those are great, and they fill a need. But some of the issues with them are privacy. When the data is stored up in the cloud, it's beyond your control. You have no idea what privacy characteristics it has. The cost, storing data in the cloud is a lot more expensive than buying your own storage, for sure. Oh, yeah. And simplicity. You need different types of cloud services for different types of applications. So, if you want to back up, maybe use something like Carbonite. If you want to share files, maybe use something like Dropbox. You need a whole bunch of these things. What we wanted to do with Transporter was produce a product where basically, it solved all of these needs in a product you just buy and own. No subscription fees, completely 100% private. You know exactly where the data is located, who has access to the data at all times.
So it's like you're running your own Dropbox that you're able to share people into and things like that?
Just like that, but far, far simpler and with far more capacity. So for us, our entry-level Transporter, you can buy one without a drive and fit your own, but our entry level is a terabyte right out of the gate, which you can buy and own. So you can just have a lot of different data to share with folks. We've made the whole thing super simple. You never have to connect the devices to manage them. Literally just come to our central website, create root folders, share those with other people, send invites, and that's it. Folder appears on your computer, the folder appears on their computer, and it's just like you're sharing the same hard drive.
So you don't have to deal with firewall crap, it's all easy to set up and simplistic.
Just a couple of clicks, everything's taken care of for you. The files move backwards and forwards. If you're sharing with somebody who has a Transporter, you're moving files to a location where there's a Transporter, they'll be hosted on that. Or if you're sharing files with people who don't have Transporters, it'll just host the files on their computer.
Very cool. And is the capacity limited by how big a single hard drive can be? How many hard drives fit in this Transporter?
So the Transporter, I'm not sure if you can see this, but the Transporter holds a single hard drive. You can gang together as many Transporters as you want. The single hard drive in the Transporter will go up to 2 terabytes, so you only need one if 2 terabytes is enough. But if you need more, literally, you can just put them next to each other, and our software just gangs them all together, so you can just expand the capacity as much as you need.
Nice. So it's one expanding cloud that you just add another device if you need another 2 terabytes, and you got 4 terabytes then.
Totally it. You can have a whole bunch of these Transporters working together, so if there's 10 friends who all want to share, have their own copies of files, again, you can do that just fine, and they'll all work together. In fact, the more Transporters there are sharing a particular folder, the faster the whole thing goes, right? It's all peer-to-peer.
Very cool. And say you join someone else's Transporter, do you have access to store a bunch of files on their Transporter? How does that all work?
So just the file, if you don't own a Transporter, then basically you're just sharing the folder they invite you to. So they create a folder, they invite you to use it. You can cache it locally on your hard drive or just come across the internet and access it on their Transporter, depending on what permissions they assign to you. So that's the way it works.
Okay.
But it's all read and write. You can add files, reorg between the data on those, but it's only the folder that you're sharing. So you can own a single Transporter. You can create a work folder to share with work colleagues. You can create photos folder to share with family, a movies folder to share movies with friends. You can do all of this on the same Transporter, and each one is completely private from the other.
It's getting me very excited. I kind of want one right now. Final big question is mobile access. Do your iPhone and iPad have access to this, or how's that work?
Everything's accessible remotely. So even with your computer, you don't have to be local to Transporter. Open your computer at the coffee shop. It's going to connect all your folders right back to the nearest Transporters that host them. So you can access your data wherever you are in the world. We also have an iOS app for the iPad and iPhone too, which allows you to connect back to the Transporter.
Have you guys played around with streaming movies on iPad from a Transporter? How well does that end up working?
It all comes down to the bandwidth you have available, right?
Yeah, an LTE, you just burn right through it there.
Right, exactly. So, but you can cache on it. Like if you want to, at home, you can cache, tick a few movies. They cache down to your iPad, and you just take those with you, right? You can delete them off when you want. Or if you want to watch a movie later, you can set it to sync, leave it in your hotel. It syncs down while you're asleep or whatever, and then it's there to watch the next day. So you're not limited by the bandwidth that's available.
Are you guys thinking about an API for third-party developers to kind of plug into this?
We have one already. So we have an API for Windows, for Mac, and for iOS. And also for Linux, in fact. So if you're on any one of those platforms, you can write apps that just connect straight to the transporter network.
Any apps that are in the process that you know about that are plugging into this?
Yeah, we're talking to several partners already. Partners in the medical, legal space, where they need to move documents around, they have to be super secure. So yeah, folks are already starting to work on it.
Very cool. And the price for these?
We have a show special for the transporter right now during Macworld, which is $179 for a transporter without a hard drive. And it's $269, sorry, just remembering the price, for one with a 1 terabyte hard drive. So that special's on right now.
Very cool. And the website for more information?
Filetransporter.com, all one word, or connecteddata.com, all one word. Come to one of those and you can see more. You can see videos on the product, you can read about the product, and buy a product there too if you like.
Great. Thank you. Great product, and good luck with this. This is awesome. Looking forward to it. Yep.